If you inherited a home in Merced or Atwater, yes, you can sell it. But the first question is not price. The first question is, who has legal authority to sell it? Because here's what happens all the time. Families start cleaning, talking to agents, even picking a list price. And then escrow asks, who's signing? And everything pauses. Before you do anything else, confirm authority. In California, the path depends on how your loved one held title. If the home was held in a living trust, a California court self-help explainer notes, the successor trustee can distribute trust property without going to probate court to authorize the distribution. That usually means fewer court delays. But if the home has to go through formal probate, the court appoints a personal representative, an executor or administrator, to act for the estate. And California court self-help says formal probate typically takes 9 to 18 months, sometimes longer. So if probate is involved, timing becomes part of the strategy. In probate, people often need letters from the court. The California Court's DE 150 form page explains that letters are used to prove the personal representative has been officially appointed, so banks, escrow, and others know who can act. California also has something called the Independent Administration of Estates Act, IAEA, and it matters because it changes how the sale works. The California Judicial Council's probate form, DE 165, describes full authority versus limited authority, and it even spells out that a real property sale without court supervision won't be taken to a court confirmation hearing where higher bids could be presented. Even when you have independent authority, there can still be notice requirements. California Probate Code, Section 10586 requires the notice of proposed action to be delivered at least 15 days before the date you plan to take the action. Once authority is clear, the next steps are practical and honestly emotional. Clean-out is usually the hardest part. A Redfin guide on inherited homes calls out clean-out and sorting belongings as an early step. And it also suggests a pre-listing inspection can help heirs identify issues, especially when they don't know the home's history. And don't ignore debts or bills tied to the property. Redfin's Inherited Home Guide specifically mentions checking mortgage balance, property taxes, utilities, and liens, because those details can affect what you net and how fast you can close. Now the tax piece, this is big. The IRS explains that the basis of inherited property is generally the fair market value on the date of death, which is why a date of death valuation is so important. I'm not a CPA, so talk to your tax pro early. But the step-up rule is exactly why organizing the valuation and documents up front can save stress later. Capital gains tax is not the same thing as property tax. If an heir plans to keep the home, California property tax can be a surprise. The California State Board of Equalization explains Proposition 19's intergenerational rules and the required claim forms and timing. And BOE Publication 800-1 explains there are occupancy and homeowners exemption requirements to qualify for the exclusion. So what's involved in selling an inherited property in Merced or Atwater? First, confirm who has legal authority, trustee or court-appointed representative. Second, if probate is involved, understand the timeline and the sale rules, including notice requirements. Third, get the date of death valuation and keep your paperwork organized for taxes. And then finally, we price it for today's market and build the right plan. Redfin's February 2026 snapshot shows Merced at about $398K median sale price with about 42 days median on market. And Atwater at about $400K with about 19 days median on market. That's context, not a promise, but it helps set expectations. If you're dealing with an inherited home, I'll help you map the cleanest path: authority, timeline, prep, pricing, and a sale that closes without drama. Call me at 209-345-3836, the seller's agent. Who you choose matters.